Hi guys, and welcome back to the Koi Guys HQ with me, John. And today we've got a very interesting subject, and that is about salt and how salt can be very beneficial for your ponds and your fish. I know I can hear you all screaming all at once, but John, my fish are freshwater fish. Yes, they are indeed, but doesn't mean that they don't need salt for crucial bodily and biological functions. This mainly being osmoregulation. So without going too technical, a fish is a ball of water or fluid in another fluid. And what happens with this is called osmoregulation. The world wants to be in an equilibrium and they want to exchange things so it's all spread out nice and evenly. But the fish wants to retain that salt and reject the fresh water, because I'm sure you've all seen the pictures, or if unfortunately enough it's happened to you, where a fish has got dropsy or pine cone and it starts to swell up. That's its osmoregulation failing. That's its ability to reduce water retention gone, and unfortunately them fish do die. What can be a major help to this is adding salt to your water. Don't do it all the time. There are key ways to do it, and things that you need to go by guidelines. So the guidelines are using salt. Don't always put salt in when you don't need to. That's a key one. If you're ever going to dose salt, always have one of these, which is a salt meter. Always dilute the salt in a bucket and then pour it in. Big piles of salt are a no-no. This causes skin irritations and burns. Let it cycle through the system, do its work, and then do weekly or couple of days water change at 10 to 15% until that salt's been removed from your system. The best place to use it is moving fish. So if you've got a big job to do, like you've got to go and net the fish out, add a bit of salt in before. This will calm them down. Also help with detoxifying nitrites, like nitrate. Sorry. Yeah, it's really good stuff, and it's a de-stressor basically. It helps everything calm down, especially after fish have been moved or netted. Brilliant one there. So for the tonic, you need to be at 7.5 ppt. Next, if you raise that parts per thousand up to 9, this is going to act as a really good all-round parasite killer. Good way to get rid of fungus and bacteria without adding any harmful chemicals to your system. It's a really useful tool, which is cheap, easy and effective, that you can use at home without any adverse risks. While using salt, don't use it with any other treatments. Double check labels, make sure that if you are going to use a treatment, it is compatible with salt, because you can do some serious harm to them fish. Also, when using salt, make sure it's either a PDV, food grade salt, or cooking salt. Hold on, let me hold it up here. Oh. Something like this. I got this from, I think, Himalayan Salt.uk, and I think it was about £13 for 25 kilos. So not too bad. Ratios with salt are quite easy. Follows the metric scale. So 1,000 litres, which is a cubic metre of water, when dosed with 1 kilo of salt, will produce 1 ppt. Quite straightforward. But remember guys, please do not put salt in your pond without a salt meter. It is crucial that you use a salt meter. And when you are dosing your pond, give it time to cycle. So if you are going to add salt to your pond, do it over a day or 2 days, where you get the salt, mix it in your bucket, pour it in. However long your pond takes to cycle, an hour, 2 hours, go and have a cup of tea, watch the telly or do anything, come back, test it with your salt meter, because if you just test it straight away, you'll be pouring loads of salt in there, and that salt hasn't had time to dissolve or get circulated around through the whole system. So that is a key point. But other than that, I think that's it. I think we're losing the light anyway. So as always guys, like and subscribe. Don't be coy. Cheers. Always read the label.
Chicken nugget.
Well done with the kids, mate.